Ho! Hello YouTubers, this is noobifier. On the 10th of October 2022 we had CitizenCon. The show was a set of 7 pre-recorded segments spaced out by some live bits hosted by Jarrett. I'm going to be breaking down anything having to do with the show in its own playlist, which is linked up for you right now so you can soak in all the information very quickly. This was the first panel, Journey to 4.0 Planetary PYRO. Here's what you need to know. The panel was hosted by Maximilian Kleitsch, who's the senior environment artist. We began with a live in-engine tour of PYRO planet to planet. PYRO 1 is being hit constantly by solar flares, and there are fire streaks that are planned to be seen in the atmosphere. What we were shown were placeholder clouds and streaks, and Max said that there would be better ones planned for the future launch. The surface of PYRO 1 is crystalline, and Max said that they pushed the crystals to 11. Plant assets are crazy looking in blue, the ground is blue, the sky is blue, the crystals are blue, everything is blue. It's like Smurf Planet. PYRO 1 will be easy to tell apart from the others. Max said that what we were looking at was incomplete and then took us to one of his favorite locations on PYRO 1. The tabletop rock formations provide cover, and Max said that you could actually land on them and explore them. PYRO 2 is red rock, and with that new river tech that we were shown recently, you can see vertical cliff formations, which are kind of unusual in video games. Max said that there was an ocean, and what we are seeing has less fog and a longer draw distance. What you see is actually there in starcitizen. Max took us to a biome on PYRO 2 with calcified trees, and it looked dead, despite the high contrast with the clean ocean. Sandy desert, low grasses, small bushes, and visually stunning. Max highlighted improvements in the land texture, saying that with these improvements, they are less reliant on adding stuff on the terrain because the terrain stands up better. PYRO 3 was next, and we were reminded that this is the one that was demoed last year at CitizenCon. It looks yellow from space, but that's the moss that covers the surface. Fluffy texture and high density are improved this year. Assets were ramped up to completely cover the surface, and based on what we saw, it looks frickin' awesome. We were then transported to the PYRO 3 coastal biome with dark gray soil, tiny yellow coral, and then that gradually migrates to the yellow moss that we're used to. PYRO 3 has a volcanic biome with thick brown soil. Lots of sections with small plants. PYRO 4 is actually Max's favorite. The clouds that were shown were said to be placeholders, custom terrain surface based on a Scottish highland. PYRO 4 has a thick carpet with custom vegetation bespoke only to it. Firestalks, some cacti, and specialized trees. Max spoke about the fidelity of these trees and how they would need to revisit and update the ones that we have in the PU. Max spoke about the detail that they're adding to places that blend two biomes. We were shown a red and gray biome with a massive rock formation and blood red surface. There were some spots below a fog line, and Max noted that there were some stitching issues present in the current model that would be fixed. They are now able to combine many height maps to create huge crater features that can be actually seen from space. Also on PYRO 4 are some dark, dead, creepy areas, hardened lava, red soil, and you would actually need to be suited up to survive here. PYRO 5 has a huge visible streak of obsidian. On the surface, we can really get that sense of scale. It's truly gigantic. Sections of flat mixed in with outcrops. The surface is slick, polished, and shiny. Light bounces off of all the areas, and they've added a couple of rocks and plants. Elsewhere on PYRO 5 is more standard looking, a more desert biome. Less glossy with a more matte finish. The palette was too dark, so they imported some red and brought the sky up with light clouds. PYRO 6 is unique because it's blue, yellow, and beige. The ocean is broken up by craters, really sharp rock formations. The surface looks dusted with a light gray carpet. We could see plants that floated on the waves, and Max introduced a scale player asset to show us how they confirm and check to make sure that what's being made looks correct. That's it. I'm going to end this part with a demo tour of the PYRO system. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. If you want to support, please consider sharing the content. Please look for the playlist of all the breakdowns for CitizenCon 2022. Fly safe.